Los Angeles pour ce nouveau reportage de Jeux Actu. Aujourd'hui, c'est un sujet exceptionnel que nous vous proposons, car nous avons eu l'occasion de pénétrer dans les coulisses de L.A Noire, la prochaine production de Rockstar Games qui sortira chez nous le 20 mai prochain sur Xbox 360 et PlayStation 3. Nous avons donc pu approcher le système de motion scan qui rend les expressions faciales des personnages aussi réalistes. Nous avons également pu échanger quelques mots avec Brendan McNamara, le créateur du jeu. Allez, on vous laisse découvrir tout ça en vidéo, c'est parti!
Rockstar Games, tout le monde connaît. À l'origine des licences à succès telles que GTA ou bien encore Red Dead Redemption, l'éditeur américain invite rarement la presse à découvrir les secrets de fabrication de ses blockbusters. C'est pourtant une exclusivité à laquelle nous avons eu droit il y a quelques semaines et qui nous a permis d'en apprendre beaucoup plus sur L.A Noire, un jeu d'action dans lequel le joueur va devoir résoudre un certain nombre d'enquêtes.
What do we need to do to make a detective game? And what there were two things really. One was be able to talk to people, and the other one was to be able to pick up clues and examine them.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
L.A Noire is like 2 seasons of a TV series. You play 22 cases throughout the game, and each case has its own story. And generally they're based on true life stories from the newspapers. And then there's an overarching story which carries right across the whole season, so to speak. So just like a TV series, the characters develop as they go along.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Cole Phelps is a young guy, he was about 19 years old and was sent off to fight in World War II, and he was put in charge of a lot of men, and a lot of those men were older than him and had a lot more experience, and it was towards the end of the war, and he found that a pretty daunting experience, trying to command men who were older than him and more experienced, and so he had a slightly bad experience in World War II, and what he decides to do is come back and join the LAPD and try and make something of his life through, service in the police force. And unfortunately for him, the police force is a lot more complicated than the military.
This is how a good detective operates. You keep digging and asking questions until you get to the truth.
I'm helping people be together.
If ever there was a time for extracting a confession, this was it!
En plus de disposer d'une narration des plus efficaces, L.A Noire s'appuie également sur les expressions faciales de ses personnages, qui sont tout simplement bluffantes. Pour parvenir à un tel degré de réalisme, les développeurs ont utilisé la technologie du motion scan que son créateur Olivier Bao s'est empressé de nous décrire.
We've got cameras all around the capture volume just about here. It's 50 centimeters wide. We've got 32 cameras from different angles all pointing at the talent. You'll be facing forward at Mona Lisa, that's your eye line. And you have the freedom to look left, right, up and down. It's just like acting inside a car. You're looking out a windscreen. And we also have a monitor here that allows us to put on reference materials like previous videos, mocap reference videos, storyboards, or even have another actor acting on the other side through a webcam. So this way you can basically get the character in here into character. We've got audio recording at the same time, and we get a facial performance at the same time, so there's no lip-syncing issues. Traditionally with mocap, there's always cleanup process involved, so what you see at capture time sometimes doesn't match to what you get at the end. And whereas for us, what we see in the video is what we get at the other end. This is a blooper take.
Check with Dick Mattal. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure you can't mocap that one. Given the scale of this project, would have needed probably about 300 animators or artists to clean up. We only had 2 guys doing all the processing for L.A Noire in Sydney. I'll let you guys be the judge on how interesting this is.
And I don't know, detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. And I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it. Was it me?
So, trying to hand animate that would take a very long time, and I'm pretty sure you couldn't reach this level of quality.
Avec un tel outil entre les mains, les créateurs de L.A Noire n'ont pas hésité à faire appel au service d'acteurs connus, à l'image de Michael McGrady, aperçu dans les séries télévisées 24 heures chrono ou bien encore les experts Miami.
What have we got?
White female dumped in plain sight.
Yeah, I was actually surprised at how much it looked like me. It was much more realistic than I expected.
I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
My agents sent me the script. They'd asked me if it was something I'd be interested in doing. I've had other video games ask me to do voiceover work. I just wasn't interested in voiceover. But when they told me I was going to be a character actually in the game itself, I thought that was terrific. So I said, yeah, I'd love to do it.
What have we got?
Leave me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I don't want you and I didn't ask for you. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Guys who beef with his wife takes it a little too far. This won't be the same.
Très enthousiaste à l'idée de participer au développement du jeu, il apprécie déjà le personnage qu'il incarne.
Love him. Yeah, he's a great guy. I play a lot of detectives on TV, American television, and anytime I get a chance to play those kind of guys, it's always fun, yeah.
Pour espérer résoudre une enquête, le joueur devra se montrer compétent dans la recherche des indices, mais aussi dans les interrogatoires pour démêler le vrai du faux.
Spill it, or we take you out in the alley and we knock it out of you.
Brendan McNamara nous explique comment il faudra s'y prendre.
Generally, when you arrive at a crime scene, there's a patrolman there, and he'll come up to you and say, you know, what's actually happened, and point out to you if there's any witnesses, and then it's up to you to go around and look around and try and find the clues for yourself. And if you get close to a clue, there's a kind of little musical motif that plays. It kind of tells you you're close to one, but we don't do any big yellow arrows pointing out the clue or other kind of stuff. We leave it up to people.
We have the murder weapon. Better get Pinker down here.
One of the key elements to try and make a detective game is to those kind of one-on-one moments like we are now, when someone tells you something and you have to decide whether you believe what they're saying.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
Yeah, no, the player can absolutely fail an interrogation and still solve the case. But what happens is you might miss a key piece of information that'll make the game longer for you or make it play out slightly differently for you. We have some cases that play out 9 different ways depending on which piece of information you find or which clue you find.
It's time to tell me what really happened.
How about we cut this little talk short before I lose my temper?
I'm tired of your shtick, Morgan. Spill it!
He's holed up at my place. He's waiting for some money to come through before he blows town.
Si le principal intérêt de L.A Noire reposera avant tout sur ses enquêtes, le réalisateur du jeu nous promet aussi un certain nombre de scènes d'action dans la plus pure tradition des jeux signés Rockstar Games.
Leroy Sabo, you're under arrest.
The action is sort of a payoff for all the other things that happen in the game. There is, car chases, there are, gunfights and all that kind of stuff, but the gun is kind of the last resort in this game. Like, asking questions is kind of more important than pulling a trigger.
Put the weapon down, now!
You either get yourself squared away or hand in your goddamn badge.
L.A Noire is a kind of a whole new opportunity for video games because it brings together things that are great about crime literature and crime film that kind of people will find remembering things and putting 2 and 2 together, and all those things are just as much fun as pulling a trigger. So we think it's could be a new genre for video games.
Stop! This is your chance. Don't fail me. We're done for now.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown.
Vous l'aurez compris, L.A Noire est un jeu ambitieux sur lequel il va falloir compter cette année, et sa sortie est prévue pour le 20 mai prochain sur Xbox 360, mais aussi PlayStation 3.
Why'd you let him off the hook?
Et bien voilà, ce reportage consacré à L.A Noire touche à sa fin. On espère en tout cas que vous avez pris beaucoup de plaisir à le regarder. On vous laisse avec ces quelques images de Hollywood Boulevard. À bientôt.
I wish that I could have this moment for life.